Once upon a time in a faraway metropolis city where the sun always shone brightly in the clear blue sky, there lived a superhero named Superman. He was known for his strength, courage, and selflessness. Superman had a close friend named Spider-Man. Both were superheroes, and they lived together happily in a big mansion that had a huge garden, a swimming pool, and many rooms for their friends to stay. They always spent their time saving people, fighting against villains, and protecting the weak. Their friendship was strong and unbreakable, and people looked up to them as role models. One day, while walking on the street, Superman and Spider-Man saw a very strange-looking man. He was tall and thin, with sharp features and wore a black coat. The man approached them and introduced himself as Dr. Doom. He told them that he was a brilliant scientist and had some very interesting experiments to show them. Superman and Spider-Man were intrigued and decided to follow him to his laboratory. When they arrived at the lab, Dr. Doom showed them many amazing inventions and gadgets that he had created. But Superman noticed that many of these inventions could be used for evil purposes. He confronted Dr. Doom about this and asked him why he was wasting his talents on such harmful things. Dr. Doom replied that he was only interested in advancing science and technology, and that he did uncare about the consequences of his actions. He invited Superman to join him and become partners in crime, promising him unlimited power and wealth beyond his wildest dreams. At first, Superman was tempted by the offer, but he knew that he couldn't betray his principles and join forces with a villain. He turned down the offer and decided to leave. However, Dr. Doom wasn't ready to let him go. He offered Superman another chance, this time sweetening the deal by promising him a chance to become even more powerful than he currently was. Again, Superman refused, stating that no amount of power or wealth could make up for the evil that Dr. Doom had planned. Enraged by Superman's rejection, Dr. Doom attacked him with a ray gun. Spider-Man jumped in to help his friend and fought bravely against Dr. Doom. As the battle raged on, Dr. Doom grew increasingly frustrated. He had never met anyone who could match Superman's strength or Spider-Man's agility. In a fit of rage, he accidentally spilled a vial of green liquid on himself. The liquid was a powerful chemical that he had been working on, and it began to burn through his skin. In panic, he chugged a nearby bottle filled with a red liquid, hoping it would neutralize the green chemical. But instead, it transformed him into an old, frail woman. Before transforming completely, the doctor managed to grab an apple from a bowl on the table and shoved it into Superman's face. "Eat this, you fool," he croaked, "and you shall share my fate." Superman, confused by the sudden change in events and suspicious of the apple, threw it away. However, Spider-Man, thinking it was just an ordinary apple, picked it up and took a bite. Immediately, he felt a strange sensation coursing through his body. Looking at his hands in disbelief, he saw that they were covered in scales and claws. Panicked, he tried to throw the rest of the apple away, but it was too late. The transformation had already begun. As Spider-Man struggled with the changes taking place, Superman confronted Dr. Doom, now just an old woman. He demanded answers, but all she did was cackle maniacally. Suddenly, she threw her head back and let out a loud cackle. "Fools!" she said. "You have just consumed the fruit of my latest experiment. It is a formula that can transform anyone who eats it into a monstrous lizard-like creature. And since you ate the entire apple, you will transform into the ultimate monster!" Hearing this, Superman became worried for Spider-Man. He knew that he had to find a way to stop the transformation before it was too late. But as he searched for a solution, Dr. Doom continued to laugh hysterically. She taunted Superman, saying that he had failed to save his friend and that soon he, too, would join Spider-Man in his monstrous form. Superman, determined to save Spider-Man, refused to listen to Dr. Doom's taunts. Instead, he focused on finding a way to reverse the transformation. Meanwhile, Spider-Man's transformation was rapidly progressing. His clothes tore apart, unable to contain his growing body. His skin turned green and scaly, and sharp claws and teeth emerged. With a deafening roar, he smashed through the lab windows and fled into the city. People screamed in terror as they witnessed the monstrous creature rampaging through the streets. Cars and buildings were destroyed as Spider-Man thrashed about in pain and confusion. As the chaos continued, Superman finally found an antidote that could reverse the transformation. He quickly prepared the antidote and raced after Spider-Man. When he found him, Superman pleaded with him to drink it. But Spider-Man, driven by primal instincts and unable to understand what Superman was saying, attacked him. A fierce battle ensued between the two friends, with Superman trying to calm Spider-Man down and protect the city, but Spider-Man's monstrous strength was too much to handle. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, Superman managed to get close enough to pour the antidote down Spider-Man's throat. At first, nothing happened, but after a few moments, Spider-Man's body began to shake violently. The monstrous features started to recede, and his clothes, though torn and dirty, began to fit him again. With a final shudder, Spider-Man collapsed on the ground, reverting back to his normal form. Weak and confused, he looked up at Superman, and they embraced, both relieved and grateful to have their friendship back. The incident left a deep impact on both heroes. They realized that Dr. Doom, despite her frail appearance, was a dangerous enemy. Superman knew that he couldn't trust anyone who sought to use science for evil purposes. As for Spider-Man, he was grateful to Superman for saving him from a terrible fate. Despite the traumatic experience, their friendship only grew stronger. In the aftermath, Superman and Spider-Man worked together to clean up the mess caused by the rampage. They also devised a plan to take down Dr. Doom once and for all. Together, they were a formidable force, and no evil scheme or villain could stand against their combined powers and unwavering determination to protect justice and peace. From that day forward, Superman and Spider-Man's bond became an example for all young heroes. Their friendship, forged in the fires of adversity, served as a reminder that even the most powerful heroes needed each other's support. And as long as they stood together, no evil could prevail. So this was the tale of how a simple apple turned Spider-Man into a monster, and how true friendship can conquer even the darkest of transformations. Let this story serve as a reminder that no matter how great a hero is, they are only made greater by the friends who stand by their side. And remember, true friendship can overcome any obstacle and conquer any challenge. Now let me ask you a question. Do you have a best friend? Like Superman or Spider-Man? Someone who always has your back no matter what? If you do, then count yourself among the luckiest people in the world. Friends are a blessing, and it's important to cherish them and appreciate their presence in our lives. So go ahead and give your friend a call or send them a message and let them know how much you value their friendship. Who knows? Maybe one day you will all be able to look back on your friendship and reminisce about the good times just like Superman and Spider-Man. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like and share it with others. And if you want to hear more amazing tailies, stay tuned for more content. Until next time, keep being kind and spreading happiness to everyone you meet. After all, you never know whose life you might touch in a positive way.